Kiev says it does not believe Iran sold killer drones to Russia before Moscow's invasion of Ukraine.
America enters its last 2 days of campaigning for the midterm elections, with former Presidents Obama and Trump campaigning to get out their votes.
The United Nations Climate Change Summit, or the COP27, starts today as hundreds of heads of state meet in Egypt to discuss protecting the planet. Attacks on Ukrainian power plants by Russia have left many regions with no electricity, including the capital Kyiv. And Iranian drones have been instrumental in these attacks. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Iran acknowledged for the first time Saturday that it had supplied Moscow with these drones. But Kyiv does not believe Tehran's explanations that the drones were sold to Russia before Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. In Kherson, the Russian-appointed authorities continue to multiply their calls for a forced evacuation of civilians as Ukrainian troops prepare a counteroffensive. Reports are also multiplying that Russians are looting the city as they leave, taking ambulances and historical objects. Military experts speculate that Moscow may be preparing to abandon the key region, but some warn this could be a Russian trap.
Democrats are rolling out their heavyweights to win as many votes as they can heading into the midterm elections. Polls show that Republicans could take both legislative chambers from them, leaving President Biden with very little room to get his agenda passed into law.
Fundamental rights are on the ballot. Truth and facts and logic and reason and basic decency are on the ballot. Democracy itself is on the ballot. The stakes are high.
Trump's shadow also hangs over the midterm elections, with the former president recently dropping his strongest hint that he will run again in 2024. Many of the candidates on the Republican ballot are avowed Trumpists. 2 years after losing the election, he still has a large sway over his party.
After a year of devastating natural disasters, the COP27 on climate change will seek to advance prior commitments to limit global warming.
Look at this summer that we've just had, and this again goes beyond just vulnerable countries. The extreme heat, the fires, the floods, the droughts, whether that's in Europe, whether that's in North America, China. The consequences, the realities of climate change and its impacts are being felt.
Climate change is already the second cause after a war of food insecurity, according to the World Food Programme. Temperatures in Europe have been at record highs this summer, clear evidence that climate change is accelerating. Experts assure that if no action is taken, destructive events such as hurricanes, fires, and floods will become more frequent. A helicopter crashed in southern Italy on Saturday, killing all 7 people on board. Among the passengers was a family of Slovenian tourists, according to Italian media. The other victims were a local doctor and the helicopter's 2 pilots. The helicopter was flying as part of a daily service when it ran into bad weather. The largest seizure of cannabis ever found has been discovered in a series of police raids all across Spain. Authorities said they seized more than 32 tons of the drug, roughly the size of 5 adult elephants. 20 people have been arrested in this complex network that exported marijuana all over Europe, including Spain, the Netherlands, and Belgium. Hundreds of troops in World War II uniform marched across Moscow's Red Square in a reenactment of a historic wartime parade. On November 7, 1941, Red Army soldiers marched directly to the front line to repel the invading Nazi forces closing in on Moscow. Among the things on display this year are Soviet military equipment and images of the 1941 parade.